Last night at Summerslam, the beast, our beast, the authority's beast, Brock Lesnar, defeated John Cena once again for the WWE Championship. We all said you couldn't do it, John. You should have just listened to us instead of taking the beating of your life against the beast, who is still the champion, your champion, the authority's champion, the face of the WWE. But now we need to find out who will be the next man in line to take on Brock Lesnar if they wish. So tonight we're going to have a matchup to determine that. We're going to have a #1 contenders match. This is how it's going to be. My good friend The Rock will take on CM Punk, John Cena, and the newest member to the Raw roster thanks to the trade, Daniel Bryan. The winner will face Brock Lesnar at Night of Champions, and I just say, boys, good luck, because even if you win that matchup, you will not beat Brock Lesnar at Night of Champions. So good luck tonight, everybody. And oh, one other thing I almost forgot. We need a new general manager on our show. We need someone to help myself and Vince out with running the show. So I thought, who else better for this position than the man standing next to me on my right, Paul Heyman. It's finally here, WWE 2k14 Universe Mode. Guys, my name is Brendan and welcome to the show. Welcome to the new Universe Mode, and I hope you guys are excited as I am for the new show, and it is going to be off the same format as we had in WWE 13. So we've made a few changes to the roster. So first of all, let's go and check it out. Let's go check out a few changes. Now, as you can see, we do have the Raw and SmackDown branch, just like last time. And first of all, the first change I want to note is AJ Lee. Now, she's not changing show or anything like that, but she is, once again, the Divas Champion. Because of the fact that there is no Brie Bella, I made the decision to give the belt back to AJ Lee rather than, try and get a call for Brie Bella that won't look any good and blah, 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 blah. We just said, you know what, fuck it. AJ Lee can have the belt back. Now, speaking of trades and changes, we have actually added in Daniel Bryan, as you just heard by Triple H. Daniel Bryan is now on our show in exchange for a couple of guys. So we talked about, Chris Jericho, perhaps he could go to SmackDown. Well, that has actually happened. Chris Jericho as well as Ryback have been traded to SmackDown. Daniel Bryan is now on Raw in exchange for that trade. So cool trade there. As you can see, we have the Wyatt family as well, so that's also exciting to have. I'm going to be adding in some more custom superstars as they get created by everybody. And as you see, Chris Jericho, Cesaro now on SmackDown as well. So some nice changes to be made here on our rosters. So you can see down here Ryback as well. So I think the SmackDown roster is now beefed up. It's all looking good now, and I think that's one of the big problems that we had on the rosters, that we had Raw, had all full of main event guys. SmackDown probably full of more, mid-card guys. It's probably still that way. I think the mid-card on SmackDown is way stronger than it is on Raw, but the main event on Raw is way stronger than it is on SmackDown, you could argue. So perhaps it kind of balances itself out in that regard. So anyways, our shows are the same again. Raw main event is returning, and SmackDown, and we continue on straight away from SummerSlam. And if you haven't been following the show, you probably should go back and check out some WWE 13 Universe modes just to kind of get a feel of what the show is all about, how we do it. And of course, we did the show, and we are continuing on from what we did on WWE 13. So same champions pretty much, and same, even the guys who are in the top 5 in the rankings is all the same except for Daniel Bryan. You can see there is now up there. So Cena, of course, who had a matchup with Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, is still #1 contender technically. Even though he lost that matchup at SummerSlam, he's still done enough to be #1 contender. And we're going to be fiddling around with the rivalry system as well, that new rivalry system, And I think that's pretty exciting to see as we're just checking out all the rankings and all the contenders for this one. So go and check out R-Truth as well. So Santino Marella, who won the match at SummerSlam by countout. So he didn't win the United States Championship against R-Truth at SummerSlam. He won the match by countout because he just stood in the ring waiting for R-Truth to come back in, and he never did, and then the 10 count came. So Santino got voted as the biggest idiot ever on our previous show on SummerSlam on episode 41 of WWE Universe Mode. And of course, The Shield, they defended their tag team championships at SummerSlam as well, and they defeated the Real Americans. As you can see, we got a couple of teams in there. We do plan on adding in more teams. There's a few teams we do need to kind of add in still. I think we can think of some new teams anyway. So if you've got any suggestions for some tag teams that we can put in. Now, mind you, our universe mode is kind of based around the current day product, what it currently looks like in the real. So people that aren't currently on the show aren't on our roster and things like that. So we are basing our universe mode around that, if you're wondering. And if you are new to the series, it's kind of similar to the current day product. It was to begin with, and we've currently we've added in some changes, like we've brought back Lesnar full-time, The Rock full-time. Randy Orton, of course, is no longer involved because he got retired. He got fired at the Vengeance pay-per-view, which was awesome. I recommend you guys check that one out. So some different changes to be had on our universe mode compared to the current day product. But anyways, here is the card. First matchup will be the Shield with Dean Ambrose in their corner, taking on the Primetime Players. Now, this is a bit of an excuse just to use the Primetime Players. I know the Primetime Players are SmackDown tag team, but of course, the SmackDown and the Divas division both integrate. They both compete on Raw and SmackDown because of the fact there is only the one belt. So, as well as that, the AJ Lee will take on Layla in what could be considered a #1 contenders match for the Divas Championship. So that's good. Dean Ambrose and The Miz, a similar situation. Both guys up there in the rankings. Could they perhaps, if one of them wins, be the #1 contender? But I think Santino probably deserves a rematch. And next up, Tons of Funk taking on the Luchadors in their tag team contest. And the main event, just like Triple H said, Cena, Punk, Bryan, The Rock. #1 contenders match for the WWE Championship. Now that is going to be good. We're going to play that match. So what that means is we're going to simulate all the other matches, and we're just going to play that one matchup. And we always focus on one, sometimes two matches on our shows, both Raw and SmackDown. And if you're wondering, well, what's the SmackDown champions and everything like that, that will be all explained in the SmackDown video, which will be episode 2 of Universe Mode. So first matchup, we have the Shield taking on the Primetime Players, and the Shield will get the win there. AJ Lee will take on Layla. Layla getting the win over the Divas Champion. Ambrose defeats The Miz, and our next tag team matchup, the Luchadors defeats Tons of Funk, and we are going, of course, to watch this Fatal 4-Way matchup. Now, of course, one thing we need to note as well, this is a #1 contenders match, so that means I will not be playing the match. And we do that with everything. We do that at all #1 contenders matches. We do that with all championship matches, so it's kind of fair. So more often than not, if I play the match, I'm probably going to win or have a better percentage chance of that person winning. So to avoid any kind of bias or any kind of dodgy results, we just kind of let the computer play it out, and the winner is the winner, and the winner takes all, man. Whoever wins the match is a legitimate winner. So if Cena wins this #1 contenders match, he will face Lesnar at Night of Champions, no doubt about that. So whoever wins will face Brock Lesnar at Night of Champions. Not a really good prize to receive, but the WWE Championship is on the line and is available for these guys to win. And here is Daniel Bryan, unfortunately doing the nose in this game. I don't know, man. I don't know really. I love it if he did the yeses. That was very disappointing seeing that in the trailer, him doing the nose. But man, it is what it is. You gotta, they designed the game from a certain point back, so I can't complain. Whatever. I think he was still doing the nose up until May, June. So fair enough. It is fair enough that he's still doing it in the game. Yeah, he's CM Punk. I love the hoodie. I love his entrance attire here, and no Paul Heyman. Of course, CM Punk and Paul Heyman, they're split up. So there was no sign of a Paul Heyman CM Punk alliance either. So there wasn't either for Brock Lesnar, was there? So they're not really incorporated the managers into the universe mode as an alliance or anything like that. But Probably because it would probably recognize it as a tag team. Maybe I have to go into the alliance and edit them myself, make them friends or whatever. I don't know. But anyways, here's The Rock, and The Rock is one interesting customer because The Rock hasn't really done that much. His return has been very underwhelming. He beat Randy Orton, and of course, you know, it was a career versus career match. If Randy Orton won, The Rock would have to leave. If The Rock won, Randy Orton would have to leave. The Rock beat Randy Orton in his comeback match. We haven't seen Randy Orton since, and ever since that match, Brock Lesnar has a ticket to the show. So he's going to be watching this match. I don't know why he just didn't come on commentary or anything like that. He just had to, you know, get a ticket, even though we saw him earlier on in the show. But whatever. So Lesnar's here. He's in the crowd, and he'll be watching this match from, you know, getting a better look at this matchup. So The Rock hasn't really done that much since his big win over Randy Orton. It was a huge win, triumphant win in the main event of Vengeance. That was probably the highlight of my Universe mode, in my opinion, for WWE 13. That feud was really awesome. I loved putting that together, and he hasn't really done that much since, so he needs to kind of prove himself. He needs to kind of get himself back on the right track, so a win in an #1 Contenders matchup will certainly do him good here and get him an opportunity against Lesnar. But unfortunately for The Rock, he's kind of been tied down with this Triple H thing going on. It's starting to brew a little bit. We saw in recent weeks with Triple H just kind of getting back at Rock for a few things and trying to just kind of put Rock back in his place, and The Rock really hasn't been able to get any momentum since coming back. And he's been in numerous #1 Contenders matches. Don't get me wrong, he's had plenty of opportunities to be the #1 contender, but he just hasn't been able to get it done. So unfortunately for The Rock, not a good situation for him to be in. And if you want my first thoughts on 2K14, I really love the game, absolutely love it. I have been playing it for probably 3 hours or so now. Haven't played a lot of matches, so this is the first time I've used all 4 of these guys, so it's interesting to see how they all look and how they all work and their moves and everything like that. So it's all new and exciting for me. I really love WWE 13. I was probably thought it was the best wrestling game I played for a long time, and I think 2K14 certainly triumphs it. Now I played through some creative modes, and they are really awesome. They've really well defined it. Really good. I really like the custom superstar heads. I think that's an absolutely brilliant feature, and in addition to the game, the roster is absolutely incredible. I mean, there's no one you could really want else besides, you know, maybe like besides like Curtis Axel and Bray Wyatt and things like that, and the Usos. They kind of missed their boat on the few of those guys, but other than that, really the roster is perfect, and the DLC is going to be awesome. I already bought the season pass. I'm keen. Really like this game, guys, and if you haven't got 2K14 yet and you want to know my thoughts, it's a good game. It's a great game, and I need to play a bit more of the matches to get a feel of any new kind of gameplay mechanics that have been in place in the game. And I'm yet to get around to 30 years of WrestleMania mode. That game mode doesn't really appeal to me anyways. The Attitude Era mode didn't really appeal to me. It was cool to have all the wrestlers back in the Attitude Era, but I didn't really, you know, it was kind of a bit of I was kind of forcing myself to get through the game mode. So hopefully WrestleMania mode is a little bit more fun than that, and I might give this streak mode a bit of a go tonight as well. So as well as that, you know, I went and bought Battlefield 4 today as well. I don't know if I'm going to be playing that anytime soon because this game is just too damn good. But Universe mode, the changes on the Universe mode get a thumbs up from me. I think they just needed to make a few tweaks and changes. Didn't need to go overboard with it. And really, I can't think of anything at the moment that I would change to Universe mode. I think, obviously, I love GM mode. If you know me, GM mode is my favorite game mode ever in a WWE game. So I'd love to see GM mode back, and I would love to see career mode on the next game as well. They're the only things I'd really add into these games, and add in the next gen graphics as well. And look, you've got the perfect wrestling game in your hands. They've really kind of got to the point where they're ticking all the boxes, and the reviews on the game are really good as well. So 8.7 I think, or 8.8 from IGN, which is the only one I follow. So that was really good stuff. And as you see, The Rock is The Rock just said a GTS on CM Punk, stealing his finisher. Now, I've actually seen it quite a few times. I've played through a few matches, and the AI and the CM Punk kicks out of his own finisher, the AI tends to steal the finisher or maneuver of their opponent more often than not. I didn't see that very much on WWE 13. I don't think I saw that at all from the computer, so it was really cool to see that the finishing maneuvers are being stealed, and why not? So The Rock, rather than hitting the rock bottom, he thought, you know what, I'm going to put CM Punk to sleep, but it didn't work. CM Punk, too good, and he kicked out of his own maneuver, which is rightfully so. You think, well, what the hell are you doing, CM Punk? You can't even kick out of your own move, but he managed to do it this time, as Cena has got Daniel Bryan up. Attitude adjustment. I think Daniel Bryan is in trouble. Oh, Daniel Bryan, no selling it. Sitting straight back up. Well, I don't know if this was Ultimate Warrior Wrestling, but oh, Daniel Bryan standing straight back up from the AA. And Daniel Bryan could be getting buried backstage for that one, but wow. Straight away. I didn't even stay down for half a second. Straight back up to his feet. Oh, man, Ultimate Warrior, eat your heart out. You just, that's worse than what you did to Triple H. And here is the cover from The Rock. But as a Fatal 4-Way, you have to expect these guys are going to break every pinfall up time and time and time again. And that's probably one of the problems, you know, playing a match that has, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys in it. They just keep breaking up the pinfalls, which is, you know, a smart thing. Like, if someone's taking a cover, you're not going to just stand there and watch them do it, are you? You're gonna break it up. So, you know, it's a realistic aspect of the game. There's a nice Russian leg sweep there from The Rock. It's been a bit of a long match. It's been a great match so far. There's another Samoan drop. What a great way to start our universe mode on WWE 2k14. And I think we ended. No, CM Punk kicking out. Man, the pinfalls are getting closer and closer. I think we ended the WWE 13 one on a high. I think Summerslam was a great show. I know a lot of you guys didn't see it. Of course, you know, probably more excited to see 2k14 content rather than WWE 13. But there's a rock bottom from The Rock, and I think at the moment you could pretty much count this away. The Rock, no. Daniel Bryan surviving, and now CM Punk's taking advantage of The Rock. So, interesting one here so far. And I think, you know, like my WWE 13 Universe mode ended on a high, so I think leading in towards the 2k14 game, I really am excited to get into it and play through Universe mode, because I did play quite a lot of Universe mode, you know, before doing my video series as well. So I was kind of already at that point, and CM Punk almost pinning The Rock. So I was kind of a little bit bored with Universe mode before I started my video series, but it made it really fun, and I got through it, and I didn't really get as far as I wanted to go with it. So this time I'm definitely going to be doing a lot more episodes and getting way further in it. I'm going to be getting, I'm going to try and get to WrestleMania by 2k15. I think we can do that pretty easily, surely. I mean, I got a lot of series on that I do on my channel, but I think 2k14 is going to be my main priority as The Rock taps out of the Anaconda Vice. And that is it. CM Punk is your #1 contender once again here on WWE 2k14 Universe Mode, the first episode of the new game. And CM Punk has already had a couple of opportunities at the title, gets another one. Of course, he had an opportunity at Vengeance and failed. And of course, he was the WWE Champion until Extreme Rules, until Cena beat him. So, interesting one here. So, CM Punk, can he beat Brock Lesnar at Night of Champions? He's going to have to be really damn good if he wants to beat the Beast. And unfortunately for him, he may have to answer to the Authority in the near future. So, great match up there to start off our Universe mode. I hope you guys enjoyed the matchup. Hope you guys enjoyed the first episode. And oh, what's going on? Here's Brock Lesnar. Oh! Kick to CM Punk, and 2 right hands to both Daniel Bryan and CM Punk, getting the last laugh, getting the last message in. What an episode. What a start to Universe Mode on 2k14, guys. Make sure you spam that like button. 25 likes would be incredible. And of course, subscribe for more WWE 2k14 Universe Mode videos. Guys, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.